Hello, ladies and gentlemen of Project Lead the Way. We have figured out how to get your computers up and running. So, first thing we need to do is make sure to understand that you might need to do an extra step. If you turn your machine on and you launch Inventor, if you get this message, which says the license on the machine is borrowed, just hit close. Inventor should start up. If you're getting that, you do not need to do this first step. If you are getting a message that says you need some type of a license, like it doesn't know what the number is or doesn't know where to find it, then somewhere between now and Tuesday, you are going to have to get a mom or dad or you yourself or brother or sister to get into a car. You have to drive to the high school. I would go to the back of the high school by the tennis courts, get real close to the garage doors. You might even need to get out of your car, but you need to be close enough to get onto the school Wi-Fi. Once you're on the school Wi-Fi, you're going to start your computer, log in, start Inventor, let it open the way that it normally does. It should find everything. Once Inventor is up and running, you can even open a part if you want, but I don't think you have to. Doesn't hurt to do it. Open a part. Once Inventor is completely running, close the part, close Inventor, log off, wait for it to completely log off, and then go home. By logging on and starting Inventor, it's going to get the license information that it needs from the school's server. And when it gets that information, you will not get that error message anymore, which means when you get home and you start your computer, you should get just this regular message that pops up. Inventor is going to start running. And when Inventor starts, you're going to get this pop-up message that I get every single time I start Inventor in class because I borrowed it on mine. Doesn't matter if you're at home or if you're in class from here on out. You'll get that message. And then you just click close and Inventor will start. Okay? So, in order to make Inventor work once you're to this screen, because that was the second part of the issue that we were having with people, and you're going to have to watch this video really carefully. Pause it, back it up, make sure you're doing the steps in the right order. Don't skip any. It's worked. It worked on Haley Moss. It worked on Danny Kircher. Check those two people out. So the first thing I'm going to point out is you should have a folder right here called Automoblocks files. It might be stuck in with the other files. We will need that eventually. Don't worry about it right now. But eventually we will need that. The first thing you're going to do to get this thing up and running is go over here to where it says computer. Again, it might be in a different place, so find computer, double click. Then I'm going to go to C, double click. I'm going to go down here to the temp folder, open the temp folder, so double click. Mine says Autodesk. Both Danny and Haley said they had a file called AutoCAD. So double click and open the file that says AutoCAD. Once you're here, I'm going to make 3 new folders. So to make a new folder, I'm going to right click, go down to new, go up to folder, and the first one I'm going to call 1, and then all caps PLTW undo, hit enter. And the reason I put the 1 before it is because it's really easy to find it then. I do want everybody to name these the same way, because when we get the computers back, we're going to have to undo these changes that we're doing right now, and then we can find these folders and we can change them to what they need to be. But this is the easiest way to do it right now. So second folder, right click, go down to new, go up to folder. I'm going to call this one 1, all caps PLTW content, hit enter. So right now I have 2 folders that I've made. And the third folder I'm going to make is 1 Project Lead the Way projects. So you have 3 folders made, 1, 2, 3. I'm going to leave that right here for a second. You might want to pause the screen while you're doing that. All right, now that I have those 3 folders made, I am going to open up Autodesk Inventor. You should now be getting the message that says that your borrowed license is borrowed. I'm going to hit close. This is going to continue to open the way that it should. So mine is thinking right now. and drag it over onto the right screen here. There we go. So you're still not going to get your projects in. You still might be running really slow when we are done doing this. Those things should be back up to speed and everything should look the way that they're supposed to look. So the first thing I'm going to do is we're going to use those 3 folders that we just made. So up here at the top it says File, Get Started. I'm going to click on Tools. Once I click on Tools, I'm going to go over here to the one that says Application Options. I'm going to click on Application Options. Again, this might take a few minutes for this to open on your screen. Be patient. Once we do these changes, everything's going to run the way it's supposed to. This tab says File, or General. This one says Save. This one says File. Click on the folder that says File or the tab that says File. This might take a few minutes for it to open. So while you're waiting for that to open, if you notice this one says Undo. I'm going to go down a little bit. This one says Content Center Files. I'm going to go down a little bit further. This one says Project Folders. We're going to change those 3 things. So to change those 3 things, I'm going to go over here to the little folder with the magnifying glass. I'm going to click it. And when I click that little folder, I get this thing that pops up. Anything that's expanded right now. See, this one's expanded. See that little downer? This one's not. I'm going to close that so that I can see where all the files are. And I'm interested in finding those files I just made. So I'm going to expand the one that says Computer. So click the little arrow next to it. I'm going to expand Local Disk C. I'm going to expand Temp. Yours said AutoCAD, I believe. But I'm going to expand AutoCAD. And then, since this was the Undo, I'm going to select this Undo folder. So it should say One Project Lead the Way Undo right there. And I'm going to hit OK. I'm going to do that same thing with this Default Content Center Files. I'm going to click this little folder. I'm going to wait for this to pop up, and when it pops up, in this case, I'm just going to scroll all the way up the top because I can see where it says Computer right there. Expand the Computer. Expand Local Disk C. Expand the Temp. Expand Autodesk, or in your case, AutoCAD. And this one was Content. So I am going to pick the one that says Content. By having it all caps, should be easier for you to find. And this now says Content here. One more to change, and that's our project folder. So click the little magnifying glass. Move all the way up to the top. Expand Computer. Expand C, expand Temp, expand AutoCAD, and Projects. Hit OK. I am not going to hit OK. You should hit OK. Okay? Because I don't want to change where my project folder is, because mine works just fine. So yours should say C, Temp, Autodesk, Content. All right. This should be changed. This should be changed, and this one should be changed. Like I said, I did not change this one in mine because mine works just fine. What you're going to do is you're going to go down here and you're going to hit Apply, which again, my computer works fine, so I'm not. Hit Apply, and then when you are done, hit OK. So hit Apply, let it do its thing, then hit OK. When you hit Apply, if any of these come back as red, you're going to have to send me a message. But they should not come back. Hit Apply, then hit OK. So once we have those 3 things done, I am going to actually close Inventor. I don't think you have to do this, but we did it, so and it worked. So I'm just going to do everything exactly the same as what I did before. I'm now going to open Autodesk Inventor. I'm going to get the message that says my license is borrowed. Hit OK. If we wanted to double check the work that we did is still there. You could go to Tools and Applications, select File. Yours should be running fast like mine now, but this one should say 1 PLTW undo. This one should say 1 PLTW content. This one should say 1 PLTW projects. Okay? If it does not say that, we're going to have to like zoom and figure yours out. But like I said, it was working for everybody else. So at this point, we're going to make a new project folder. When you make a new project folder, click on Projects. We're going to say that it's new. It is a single user project, and let's call it Automo. We don't have to have all caps anymore. Automo Blocks 2. And in this place, yours should say C, temp, whatever. But the important part is it says 1 Project Lead the Way projects right here. Hit Finish. When you hit Finish, it's going to say, do you want to create the new path? Click on OK. So hit Finish, click on OK. When you're done, you should have 1 project folder over here. And I believe this is, once you have that project folder over here, you should be able to start your homework for Tuesday. So all of this that I'm describing right now needs to be done before Tuesday. If you're having problems, I'll Zoom with you over the weekend. I'll Zoom with you on Monday. I'll Zoom with you on Friday. We got to get this figured out so that everybody can make their stuff. But once you're here and you have a single project folder, you should be able to start your homework for Tuesday.